Hashem Hashem. Na'aseh v'natzliach. This week we start the third book of the Torah, Parshat Vayikra. And Vayikra, God calls Moses into the holy tent, the tabernacle, and he teaches him the laws of Korbanot. What is a Korban? Korban is an offering to God. And there's many different types of offerings that we won't go into, like shelamim, olah. One of the species and types of offerings that we bring to God is a korban called korban mincha. It's kind of like a pancake, a hybrid of pancake and matzah. It has to be thin. And the Torah, we read this in our prayers every day. The Torah says, Ki kol seor v'chol devash lo tiktiru mimenu ishe laHashem. One of the 613 commandments is that God says, when you make this pancake for me, you're not allowed to let it rise to become like challah, to become like chametz, and you're not allowed to add honey into it. Now, the great book that explains the reason for all the commandments of the Torah is called the SEFER CHINUCH. Highly recommended. And he himself is a little bit bewildered. What is the reason why? Why is God so? And this is mentioned a few times throughout the Torah, that God is very adamant that when we bring, because poor people, they can't afford, if they sin, they can't afford to bring a cow. They can't afford even to bring birds. What do they bring to God as an offering for God to forgive them? A small pancake. But God says, make sure that there is no honey. And the words of the chinuch are so golden and beautiful. He says basically, some people, they love to indulge. They're gluttonous. Achara ma'achalim. There's some people that they're obsessed with any type of food. Doesn't matter if it's healthy or good for them. And the Sefer HaChinuch says honey is the symbol of that. Some people, they have a sweet tooth. They eat so much sugar. Like right now, it's been proven the last 30, 40 years, that type 2 diabetes has gone up so much, 500%, whatever, I don't know the exact statistic, because people are drinking so much soda. That's what the Torah is saying. It's saying Korban is an offering to God. It's showing you want to come close to God. If you can't have self-control and you eat whatever is, you have a sweet tooth, you eat so much that you drown yourself in unhealthy foods, you're going to get sick and you can't come close to God. So the Torah is teaching us to have a relationship with God, you have to have self-control. Something could technically be kosher, but is it good for you? That's what the chinuch says. He says, anybody that has brains in his head, he should eat not what only tastes good, but what is healthy and good for you. Because we don't eat for self-pleasure. We eat to be strong, to serve God. If we eat foods that damage our health, then this is what the commandment. So we have a great rabbi, one of the great rabbis, Harav Eliezer ben David, may God keep him alive and well for 120 years. He says, if you eat soda, you're going against this commandment. Because soda is exactly what the Torah says, don't add honey to your offering, because this soda has no, you're just drinking because it tastes good. It has no nutritional benefit, and not only that, I said it has so much bad consequences to what a person is. And it's I have a congregant, he's a nuclear scientist, and he said something to me, I didn't know how to answer him. He said something, it was very uncomfortable for me. He said, these rabbis or religious people that have big tummies, they're not servants of God. Why they eat so much that they become so heavy? The first mitzvah is what? To what? The Torah tells us you have to be very, very careful to what? Ushmartem me'od me'ot et nafshotechem. Watch your life very, very carefully, because only somebody alive can serve God. So especially nowadays that it's been proven beyond any shadow of a doubt, the diet, all of the heart attacks and strokes And so many of the cancers, God forbid, is because of these bad foods that we eat, fatty foods, sweet foods. And the Torah is our GPS. The Torah already many thousands of years told us this. That the reason why God keeps on repeating in the Torah, don't add honey, because the Torah is saying, eat what's good for you. Not what tastes, not only what you think it tastes good. And this is really what it says in the ethics of our Father. It says, ha-kin'ah ha-ta'ava ha-kavod, somebody that always is running after jealousy, ta'ava. He wants to self-pleasure, whether that's self-pleasure of food or sexual things. He has no self-control. He's gluttonous. Somebody that's always seeking honor, it takes us out of the world. So, and the reason why the Torah says you shouldn't let the pancake rise, because that is ego. So we're coming to Passover. Person has to be humble. May Hashem help us to always eat healthy, so we feel healthy. Because if we feel healthy, then we could serve God. If you're always in bed, that's why the Rambam, the greatest rabbi we had in the last 1,000 years, he devotes so much of his works to which foods are healthy for you. And when we're healthy, it's the greatest wealth. And obviously, I dedicate this shiur for the health of my father, Shlomo Chaim ben Pari, which he has a major surgery coming up. And may Hashem heal him amongst all the people of Israel. Amen.
Amen.